I'll make you guys straight. Good morning. How is everybody on this fine Monday morning? It is time for a Monday morning update. I guess I should just title it that, but I don't always get to do this on Mondays, so I had actually planned on escaping my house earlier than this, but it didn't happen. Man, my windshield is dirty. I think we're going to run through the car wash. How would you guys like to go for a car wash? That'll make your stream a little longer. I just need to get in the other lane. The spring here, you have to buy if you're new to the stream. In the springtime, you have to buy the unlimited car washes because just pollen in spring. If you've ever lived in the South in the spring, you'll understand completely what it is I'm talking about. It's kind of funny because one of my high school, one of the people that I went to high school with, they just recently moved back home from, I think, South Carolina, one of the Carolinas. And they posted a picture of a bunch of pretty dogwoods, and I looked at from back home that had bloomed. Or I'm assuming they're dogwoods. I don't know. They were white flowering trees. Anyway, it was this tree-lined street full of flowering stuff. And I said, all I do is look at that and see a pollen factory. And it's kind of funny because he's like, and that's how I remember. I don't remember the pollen and being an issue. We had flowers and all this stuff, but I don't remember the pollen being such an issue back home. And I think it's because the spring is more gradual there, and there's not like a, hey, here we are for the flowers, and then okay, bye. So I'm not sure. Go over here and hit up the car wash. I'll get into my updates in just a second. Figure out why are we stopping in the road. I was about to say it's too early for Popeyes, but I guess it's really not. I just been trying to get stuff done. I didn't want to get up this morning. I woke up stupid early. Didn't want to get up, but couldn't go back to sleep. You know how that goes. Needed to get up, so I got up and had coffee. Well, I got coffee and then I got up because he brought me coffee because he's awesome that way. He thinks it's funny, I think, when I'm incoherent. Sometimes it annoys him because he's trying to have a conversation with me. But you'll have that. Do-do-do-do. 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 Bouncy, bouncy. Ugh. Everything up. And it's not busy because it's early, which means by this afternoon my car is going to be covered again in pollen, but that's okay. Read it. Okay, processing. Please wait. Yay, here we go. Okay. Ouch, I just scratched my lip. Forgot my nails were growing out. Oh. Neutral, not reverse. All right, so personal updates. As y'all know, I was supposed to get my second dose on Sunday. On Friday night, I had an allergy sinus attack. And along with it, I had a fever of 99. Well, you cannot get, and I didn't know this, but I called them just because I woke up with a sinus migraine. I get sinus-induced migraines. I woke up with one on the morning of my shot, So I called them to make sure I could still get my shot. And apparently, you are not allowed to get the vaccine within 10 days of having a fever. Yay, pretty light. I never watched my backwards camera. That's cool. That's so cool. My because I accidentally put it in reverse before I put it in neutral and backed up a little bit. The reverse camera's on, so I'm watching the camera from behind the car too. The car wash from behind the car too. That's so cool. Anyway, I wish I could have recorded that. The little towel thing swinging back there reminds me of like ghosts on TV and cartoons. I gotta figure out what's making that line. My windshield wiper. That's so cool. The water was running down it. Okay, I see where my camera is now. It's above my license plate. Because my license plate's flopping around a little bit. That's kind of neat. There's like nobody here. It's awesome coming here at this time because there's nobody here. Clean car. Yay. Okay, so they told me I had to postpone my shot. Okay. And they said it would be fine. No big deal. Like, okay. So I have to be 10 days out in a negative COVID test, which is understandable because they want to make sure. And oops, look at all the trash. Awesome. So somebody just pulled all the trash out of the trash bin and threw it everywhere. Anyway, the doctor, they also scheduled me a teledoc visit, which was kind of cool. But the teledoc actually listened to me for once. I've been telling doctors for years that when my allergies act up and my sinuses act up in the summertime, I cannot breathe. Period. I can't breathe. You know? That's where the Trans Am used to be parked, I think. Oh well, Trans Am's gone. But I used to tell them I cannot breathe. And nobody really addressed that. They just tried to treat the symptoms, the allergies and sinus. I had doctors for years that all they did was treat the allergies. And it's not really the allergies that bother me, it's what happens when allergies start acting up. And then finally I had somebody start to treat, to discover that. And then I still have problems breathing. Like the migraines I need to have surgery to stop the sinus induced migraines because I have some issues in my nose nostrils area. This is what I was told anyway. But it's manageable with very few actual migraines. I mean, I could stop. It's low grade. I could stop the migraine without having to be sick. Blah blah blah. So that's what I've been doing. But nobody ever acknowledged the fact that I couldn't breathe at all. Nobody acknowledged that, hey, I can't breathe. I want to be able to breathe. I have no energy. I'm very lethargic because I'm not getting any oxygen. I can't breathe. So this doctor actually acknowledged that, and he is giving me an inhaler, which I am on my way now to pick up. Um, Friday night was scary because I've never had a not be able to breathe attack that was that bad. Um, Before my fever, I was just having, I got the fever. I was having problems breathing. It was scary. And it's the point where, like, all weekend, even after that was gone, all weekend, when I would get up and move around, just even a little bit, I couldn't breathe. I would be delivering groceries and I would have to stop and take a break because I couldn't catch my breath, just carrying groceries up into the house. And that's, climbing, they had like a 3-step thing to get into the house. I have 2 steps that I have to go up from my office area up into my um the rest of my house because it's like a carport that was enclosed. And there's 2 steps. That's it, just 2 steps. And those make it hard for me to breathe. Talking and doing anything except sitting still, I can't breathe. And it's not normal. And mostly I just lived with it, and I just don't want to live with it anymore. And especially considering how bad it's gotten. But anyway, the doctor listened to what I was telling him and is giving me an inhaler plus a couple other things to deal with the sinus infection. So hopefully we can get all this straightened out. I'm so glad before my trip down to Florida, because walking around in the parks in the summer and not being able to breathe, it's not going to be fun. And that has a lot to do with why I can't sleep at night too, because I can't breathe. Oy. So that is my personal update. I don't know if anybody who would be. I don't know. Is it weird that I'm excited to get an inhaler because I'm excited? I'm looking at it like it's just some magic thing that's automatically going to fix all my issues. I'm going to be able to breathe. I'm going to get up, move around. I'm going to be able to exercise and lose weight and maybe sleep better at night. Oy. I'll be able to go outside and enjoy the nice weather. Like in the springtime, it's beautiful here weather-wise, but I can't go outside and enjoy it because I cannot breathe. And that's going to be awesome. And I'm excited. I'm headed there to get that stuff now. Hey, Danny, what's up? I heard a rumor you were moving to Florida too. I think Jonathan told me you guys were moving to Florida. We're moving. We have plans to move in July, but it depends on a lot of things on exactly when we're going to be able to move and where. Probably not going to be in Orlando. It just depends on pricing. We might be near it, but not in it. We'll be within an hour of it. So you're a northern transplant. Can you breathe in the spring here? Has the pollen and all the other issues affected you yet? This is what, your second spring here? Life would open up so much more if I can breathe. I'm looking at this inhaler as a magic thing, and I hope it's the magic thing I think it'll be. I want it to be. Oh, cool. Awesome. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help if we get down there in July. I'm going down in May for a week and I've got 2 days at Disney and 2 days at Universal that I have to do, you know, have to do for work. But I have Wednesday and Saturday. I'm going to wander around and look for some stuff. Probably not going to eyeball an apartment just then, but try to figure out an area where I wanna go, um, where we wanna go, but we may end up in Lakeland or Kissimmee. I'm not sure yet. If he transfers down for work, then he'll be working by MCO, by the airport. Unless he transfers, they're opening up a location in another city, so we might transfer to that too. Yeah, when I was outside, like this is the second spring, like last spring, of course, I didn't work outside because COVID happened. So this is the second summer, I guess, that I'm not working full time outside. I just have to go and do a couple things here and there. And it makes a whole lot of difference when you don't have to be outside in it all the time. But I love being outside and I miss being outside. So that's my biggest issue with not being able to breathe and stuff. Um, oy. Where am I needing to go here? I don't remember. We're gonna go this way because I don't remember how far down my doctor's office is. I'm just going to the pharmacy to pick up my new toy. I'm getting other stuff too, but if you find a house to rent for 600 a month, you let me know because no, the rents there are just like they are here, honestly, from what we've seen. And anything that's lower, hey, that's for rent. I wonder how much they want for that. Anything that's lower, uh, is just not anything I would want to live in. There are some areas in Orlando that are really, really, really bad. It's not as integrated as it is here in Atlanta. Wonder if dude realizes he's driving the wrong way on the street. Bicycles don't care. But our biggest issue that we've decided is if we cannot upgrade where we are living or find a cheaper price, then there's not a point in moving for us right now until we can afford to buy a house. And it's might be another year before we can buy, if that. So that is our biggest thing right now because moving costs money. And I really love living in Decatur. I do. It's just we can't buy a house here. It just costs too much. I mean, when we moved into our neighborhood 3 years ago, the houses were selling for like 120, if that. And the house next door just sold for 375 and the one street over is up for sale for 395, which is insane. And if we want anywhere up closer to here, we need to spend half a mil. We don't have that to spend. We don't want to spend that on housing. If we spend that much on housing, we can't go out and enjoy the neighborhood. Beeps. Okay, I need to go in there, but I can't go in this side. I gotta go in this side. There's nobody out today. That's weird. I guess it's not lunchtime yet. Be careful with Craigslist because down there, Craigslist is full of scams. Um, the living way out where you do. Okay, let me preface this. Up until the last couple years, living in town was awesome. Living in Decatur, because I lived up closer to town. Living in Decatur, spending time in Decatur and Atlanta was awesome. Atlanta is like the biggest small town you will ever find. We had fun. I knew, I could go places and know people. I was out and about everywhere. Um, the It was just different. And then the last couple years, everybody's moving down here into town, and they've ruined it. All the small businesses are gone. Even before COVID. And it's just not the same Atlanta that it used to be. I hope I don't lose you guys in this parking deck. I've not been in here on stream, I don't think, before. But I figure if I'm going to be somewhere, I want to be able to afford to buy a house, because the housing prices to buy are still pretty low down there. Eeps. Reserved for members only. Here's one right here up at the front. Let me going back in here. Compact car only. Artisan. Let me go this way. Louis. I did not plan this well. Let me fix this parking. I have a backup camera, so it's about to get noisy. And I apologize for that now, because my AirPods pick it up really well. There we go. Oh yeah, dude, I priced out car insurance. And granted, I'm closer to town, but I priced it. The cable's not cheaper, but for me, because I've got fiber, high speed fiber, but I'm not gonna be able to get fiber down there. But I priced out car insurance. It was less than half of what we're paying now. Less than half. And I've already established an address down there, started establishing an address. I'm going to go ahead and transfer my insurance early. I can help you guys with that too. If you want to know how to do that, just message me on Instagram. Because I was going to wait and get my tags and my driver's license while I was down there in May, because everything renews on June 4th and I didn't want to spend the money. But then when the emissions system went down, I didn't have to get emissions on the truck. So I just went ahead and renewed it. And renew my driver's license. One less thing I have to worry about while I'm down there. But yeah, the whole entire cost of living. Food is not taxed down there in the grocery stores. It's only taxed when you eat it in. There's some different weird laws about it. It's kind of like how it is at least in Ohio. It's just different. It's the whole entire cost of living is going to be so much lower. And I'll check out Craigslist, but just be careful with Craigslist, because everybody I know that lives down there says you don't want to rent off Craigslist because it's just scams. Actually, they do emissions in some major cities, and there's not a state tax, but they do emissions. I know they do emissions in Miami, and I think Fort Lauderdale. I think Orlando might have emissions. I'm not sure. I know Lakeland does not. I'll have to look again. I know prices have been going down recently. The summer is the best time to rent an apartment down there. Going down in September is one of the worst times to rent something, because that's when all the snowbirds start and the school people start coming back. But right now they're all leaving, so it's cheaper. But yeah, I established an address down there with a service that will send me any mail I get. They'll send it digitally, and if I ask them, they'll send it to me, and they have offices located here as well, so I can keep an address here if I need to, which I may for business purposes. I'm not sure yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream and go in and pick up my meds, and I may pop back on later today. But if you want to talk, just hit me up on Instagram. That's usually where I check messages. Um, and I can give you the information on the address stuff that I found so far. I know. And like I said, it's not Orlando's not like it is here. There's not like here everything's kind of mixed up. You'll have nice area. You don't really have, with some exceptions, you don't really have an area that is nice or completely bad. It's like a mix, like where I'm at. I'm just hoping that we have less helicopters and gunfire going on everywhere. I just, like I said, we're not going to move if it's going to be a lateral move. It's got to be a step up move in some way, shape, or form. And our limitations too is our dog is bigger than your dog too, so that might have something to do with it. While we're not finding the same things, because I know if I didn't have any pets, I could find something cheap real easy. Because Florida's weird that way. I'm yawning. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, and I will talk to you guys later. Good chatting with you, and welcomes, and good seeing everybody who comes on to watch the replay. Thank you for coming. I know none of that made sense. I'm gonna go get my I'm gonna go get my my medicine. Talk to you guys later. Bye.